What is up, everybody? Jaco here today on the way to the gym. Today is August 15th. I always record my videos and post my videos on the same day. I think that's very transparent. However, obviously people might not be watching it on the day that I post it. However, today is August 15th, 2022, and I want to talk about two different topics today. One, my return to camming. And I'm not going to get too in depth with this because I don't want to go against YouTube's guidelines or AdSense guidelines. So I want to make sure I stay on topic and keep this, for adults, but not like rated R. So I'm like back on camera. I have a separate office. It's really a bedroom with an ensuite in my house, an extra one. And I set up my computer. I bought this 49-inch curved monitor, which looks great. It's great for gaming, but it's called the G9 by Samsung with the 240 hertz refresh rate, which you never get 240 hertz. I don't know what the point is. Maybe you do on like the display. You probably do, but on gaming, like it's like 70, 80, 90, 100, maybe a little more. But that can relate to the graphics card and not the monitor. So I'm probably sure if I had a better graphics card, maybe I could get the 240 hertz. But my graphics card is a 12 gigabyte GDDR5, I believe. I forgot the name of it, but I used to be more into building computers, but I haven't been as active. So I'm not as knowledgeable. Actually, I have this pain in my right side of my chest for the last 3 weeks now, and there was one time that I was like screaming in pain. I have no idea what it is. I feel it mostly when I burp. Definitely should get it looked into. I actually don't even have health insurance, so definitely something I got to get and work on. But back to the topic of camming. So, I use my LoveSense Lush or Hush. I forgot what it's called. So that's really fun. When people are actively tipping for it and stuff like that. So that's very fun. But I have to. There's days where I do really good and there's days where it's really slow. And then there's those days, there's always days where there's like 1,000 or 2,000 people in. And I don't know if it's bots or whatever, but it seems like 99% are just, maybe even more, are just watchers. And then when I actually I'm there for like 2 hours putting in the work and not getting paid, and then I decide to go to like a ticket show or something, it's funny because then the not so nice people come out and they're just like, oh, all he cares about is tokens. He doesn't care about us. Blah, blah, blah. He's a token, WHORE. I'm like, come on, man. Like, everybody knows at the end of the day, it's a job and I'm providing an entertainment for people. I'm not doing this because I just like straight up enjoy doing it. I'm taking the time away from my daughter. I'm taking the time away from my family to be on a computer, sitting on a computer to perform, right? So I do appreciate and thank everybody who contributes to me every single time and show how much I actually do appreciate it. But for the people who are just like rude and just like treat me like I'm garbage, it's not the nicest thing in the world. But I do like constantly like work now, and I've tried to do it every single day and sometimes twice a day because I'm really trying to find a sweet spot. And what I mean a sweet spot is a time frame when it's most busiest. So I live in Texas, so I'm in the central time zone. So I like try and get on by like 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. And then at night I was trying to get on at 7, but I wake up at like 5:30 every morning, so I can't stay up really past 10. So maybe there is a market for the late shift, because I used to do this a while ago. I started on Flirt for Free in 2012 when I was 18 years old. 2015 I moved over to Chaturbate, and I worked from Chaturbate from like 2015 to 2016, almost 2017, very actively. And then I stopped, and I was periodically on and off both of them. And I really think like there's nights and days where I make, like an average day is like $150 to $300, and a really good day is like $450, $500 to $1,000. Now, I made $2,000+ one day on camera. I think I made more. I think I made $3,000, but it's not very often. And it's really like when I worked for Flirt for Free, I made relations where I had people who came in and were consistently spending, which is great. And on the other site, on Chatterbait, I did have that at one point, and then it's crazy because, like, yes, you take advantage of it and it's great and everything's good, but once that dries up, you have to find a replacement. And when I was working on Flirt for Free from 2012 to 2015, I had about 3 of those people where it was 1, 2, and it's like it was usually never at the same time. It's usually they came after each other, where it's like you have one great contributor. And with this one, it's just so difficult to find that. Now, it could be me, being very simplistic with my work and doing very similar things. But like I said, I think it's more of a relationship that you build with somebody. I'm not talking about an intimate relationship. I'm talking about a friendship, where someone just comes in and supports you because they like you and care about you and care about your life. Now, I definitely think that's more different now that I have a family and a daughter. But I don't really preach. I mean, I do, but I don't preach that while I'm working. Like, I'm in a room by myself. You can't hear anybody. You can't see anybody else. So I don't really preach that while I'm working. But that's the story with that. So I'm trying to think if I want to work on both sites at the same time, just to, 1, max exposure, and 2, to make the most money. But with the one site, you're not allowed dogs, which I don't have dogs in my room, but if my dad does move in, he's moving into that room and I gotta go back to my office, which my dogs are in. But I mean, I can close my door and not let my dogs in. That's fine. The other thing is, you're not really allowed to advertise anything. Your Twitter, your social medias, your OFs, your anything. You're not allowed to advertise anything. So that's very difficult as well. And then the only way you're allowed to be exposed is if you were in a party chat. So that's something you have to think about as well. So that's the story with camming and what I've been doing. Again, I've been working daily. So if you follow me on Twitter, I post when I'm online. This way you can just click and hang out. Like, I don't mind people just sit and watch. I just don't appreciate it when people are rude and say, oh, he went to a show when I was there for 2 hours doing everything but the finale, and when I leave you get pissed off. Like, that's not fair, because you didn't pay any money and now you're sitting here critiquing me. If you're just watching and you're supporting me as a fan, that's one thing, even if you can't contribute financially, and you still can contribute by joining one of my subscription services, and which is like literally $5 a month. And if you can't afford that, I don't know what to say. That's the easiest way to contribute. It's not like you're not getting anything for your money. I'm not asking for $5 and I'm giving you a rock. I'm not doing that. So now off to the topic about my daughter, who is so wonderful, so great, so beautiful. She's now 8 months and 13 days, so eight and a half months, and she did something 2 days ago that I didn't even think was possible, and I didn't even try. She climbed my entire wood staircase with 3 different directions by herself without holding onto the railing once. And it's not like she did this and then I figured it out. I was watching her doing it, and I was standing behind her, with my hands around near her waist and her back end. This way, God forbid, she fell back, that I would easily be able to grab her. She's probably about 20 pounds now, but she did that all in like a minute. And I was just like, damn, my daughter's strong. Like, I can't even do it. Like, I can, but I'd be in pain. But it was just remarkable to me. But she's just so advanced in many different ways, and I'm just so proud of her as a father. And she's, I make a list on my notepad of achievements that she's done, and she's getting her 3rd tooth. She has her 2 bottoms. She got when she was 6.5 months, almost 7. She's starting to get her top teeth, and full head of hair. Her hair goes down to her back. She started saying ba 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 ba. She always said ma 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 ma, but she usually only says that when she's crying. Now she says ba all the time. But at 8 months, she's there. She started pulling herself up to stand, obviously holding on to something, at 6 months, and now she's like, I'm just waiting for the day she starts standing. She went from crawling to standing with assistance in less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. So it's, you know, it's a blessing to have such an intelligent child and, you know, fully healthy baby. I couldn't be more grateful to, you know, God and genetics and everything to have such an amazing daughter. Yeah, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life 24 hours a day with her. I mean, obviously she's gonna have a family one day, but hopefully, you know, she realizes how much I love and care about her, and she includes me in her family, in her life, because I always want to be around her. You know, I always will be. And you know, who knows what the future holds. Maybe I'll have another child one day. But I'm Jake. Be sure to subscribe, guys, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.